Good evening to you and welcome to the broadcast tonight, the 16th day of December 2024. I do hope your weekend was well and you've started off your week on a good mood. Now, starting us off tonight is that President William Ruto has admitted that the newly introduced Social Health Authority has been facing challenges which his government is working round the clock to address. Speaking during the 11th National and County Governments Coordinating Summit, the head of state noted, or rather expressed optimism in chief, further noting that the redesigned universal health coverage strategy under Taifa Care will go a long way in overcoming technological and operational challenges to ensure Kenyans have access to quality and affordable healthcare regardless of their status. Now, this comes even as SHA continues to receive criticism from a section of Kenyans, with President William Ruto having noted that about 11 million Kenyans have so far been registered under SHA.
The progress we are unlocking under Taifa Care will enable us achieve a goal that has eluded us for many decades: a functional and inclusive system that delivers universal health care as a fundamental entitlement for all Kenyans. I think we are all alive to the fact that universal health care was part of the NAC government plan. It was part of the Jubilee administration plan. And I am persuaded beyond doubt that those two successive governments believed in this program and they wanted it implemented. It just happens to be that fate has conspired that we are the people to implement it. And I want to tell you that we will, and we will succeed. I can already see progress that has been made. The naysayers are becoming fewer. I saw the media today, they were saying the other weeks, this thing is not going to work. Now they are saying it is working, but it is creating two categories of Kenyans. Okay, that's good progress.
The Constitution anticipates that the various role players in the devolution family will have issues and matters that require discussions and consultations. And that is why under Article 6(2), the Constitution demands, and also in Article 187, that wherever issues arise, the two levels of government and other role players in the devolution architecture must engage each other in the spirit of consultations, cooperation, mutual respect, and collaboration. It is in that context that the National and County Governments Coordinating Summit is established, and therefore our convening here is a testament of the vibrancy of our Constitution and is in line with what is expected of us to ensure that devolution works not only to affirm our national unity, but also to expedite the development of our country by decentralizing decision-making and also dispersing power and resources closer to the people.
On matters devolution, Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki has lauded devolution as one of the key principles of governance that have helped strengthen the country's national unity. Speaking during the 11th National and County Governments Coordinating Summit, Kindiki said it is despite critiques of devolution during the constitution-making process, noting otherwise. Now, his sentiments were echoed by Council of Governors Chairperson Ahmed Abdullahi, who also doubles up as Wajir County Governor, reiterating that devolution has demonstrated that sustainable development comes from the bottom-up economic agenda.
We must stand united on some critical issues that are core to the citizens, some that may not be too popular, but with positive impact in the long run. The summit, being the apex intergovernmental body, is charged with the monumental task and responsibility of shaping the development agenda for this country. It is therefore duty incumbent upon us to ensure that we meet regularly and at least twice as stipulated in law. Additionally, we must ensure that the resolutions we make are implemented to the letter.
The Constitution anticipates that the various role players in the devolution family will have issues and matters that require discussions and consultations. And that is why under Article 6(2), the Constitution demands, and also in Article 187, that wherever issues arise, the two levels of government and other role players in the devolution architecture must engage each other in the spirit of consultations, cooperation, mutual respect, and collaboration. It is in that context that the national and county governments coordinating summit is established, and therefore our convening here is a testament of the vibrancy of our Constitution and is in line with what is expected of us to ensure that devolution works not only to affirm our national unity, but also to expedite the development of our country by decentralizing decision-making and also dispersing power and resources closer to the people.
From that, as President William Ruto continues working towards regaining public trust, Infotrack has released a report in which high cost of living topped the list of 5 issues Kenyans feel the Kenya Kwanza government needs to address urgently. Now, according to the survey, 51% of the 2,400 respondents identified the high cost of living as a key area of concern, with 36% of Kenyans highlighting that lack of jobs is a serious problem the country is currently facing. 24% say graft stand as a major concern. Other issues raised include infrastructure and affordable healthcare, cited by 13% of Kenyans. Now, affordable education and the cost of doing business in the country also came up at 12%. Now, according to Infotrack, a significant number of Kenyans also lack trust in the electoral agency, that is IEBC, believing that the government interferes in the election process. Now, shifting gears to Bungoma County, 3 out of 2 married women in Bungoma County, 3 out of 2 married women in Bungoma County, 2 of them suffer from depression, an issue that has caused many to suffer from mental illness. Now, this is according to Dr. Saul Kiberenge, who spoke during the Kukuze conference that sought to educate girls on ways of self-reliance and fighting mental illness and gender violence. Now, Dr. Kiberenge has called on the county and national governments to invest heavily in mental health training so as to have a sober society. Now, her sentiments have been echoed by Elizabeth Juma, the director of Wema Bukembe Development Organization, who says they have made efforts to ensure that they support women in various ways.
Culturally, where we sit here in Bungoma, our culture is under pressure from the community, from the society. On the levels of expectation are very high. And this has brought a lot of mental disorders. Like, for example, one of the researches we have done recently it shows that out of 10, 7 women are suffering some level of mental health, and they have gone through domestic violence. You can imagine that number, and that percentage is so high. And if we start empowering the young girls and the young women, we are going to salvage a generation where we shall not have the femicides, where we shall not have gender-based violence.
Mimi nashukuru sana watu wa hii Wema Tournament, tumetusaidia sana, si kama wasichana tumesaidika haswa sana kwa hii masomo tumefanya saa hii. Tunajua kuna wasichana wengine wanarandaranda huko nje, lakini si umetusaidia sana na hii Wema Tournament. Tunashukuru na tutaendelea kuitumia kwa hii holiday kama wasichana.
I'm here today to be part and parcel of this journey that is meant to take a girl child to the next level. When I was invited to this event, I must say I was delighted because I knew that I was coming to meet my clients that I meet on day-to-day activities. Being a teacher, I've observed that most girls are enemies of themselves because you realize that the girls do not believe in themselves. So I'm here specifically to let them know that they are a product of their imaginations. And if we change their imagination and the way they look at themselves, then it will be easy to make a girl into a better woman.
Now, President William Ruto has announced his government's plan to start buying gas to support the government's cooking gas program for public learning institutions. Now, speaking while commissioning the liquefied petroleum gas, that is LPG program for public institutions of learning at Jamhuri High School in Nairobi County, the head of state called on the private sector to support the initiative, which seeks to ensure that the institution have access to clean energy. Now, Ruto, who directed the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum to facilitate a process enabling the private sector to roll out the program within 1 year, further noted that the initiative will also address the effects of climate change by promoting the use of gas instead of firewood and charcoal.
Na leo tunakuja hapa kama njia moja ya kukabiliana na mambo ya climate change, kuanza kutumia gas badala ya kukata miti, tutumie kuni ama tutumie makaa. Na leo hapa tunaanzisha mradi wa serikali ambayo itahakikisha ya kwamba mashule yetu 11,000 katika taifa letu la Kenya itaunganishwa na gas. Tuache mambo ya kutumia makaa na tuache mambo ya kutumia kuni. Hii ni mpango ya muhimu sana kwa sababu itapunguza mambo ya kuharibu mazingira Kenya. Itapunguza mambo ya kukata miti katika taifa letu la Kenya. Ili ile mpango tuko nayo ya kupanda miti bilioni 15 iweze kufaulu. Hatuwezi kuwa na mpango ya kupanda miti ili hali kunaendelea kukatwa miti ya kutumika nyumbani ama shuleni kwa matumizi ya kupika chakula. Ndio sababu hiyo leo hapa tunaanzisha hiyo mpango. Tayari tulipitisha hii strategy katika baraza la mawaziri. Sasa iko katikati ya mikono ya wizara yetu ya kawi.
Now, the Green Thinking Action Party of Kenya has sounded a red flag over the rate at which Kenya's forest cover is being degraded, as it turns out that about 6 million species of trees have been cut in the last 7 months, especially for export. Now, environmentalist and the Green Thinking Action Party leader, Dr. Isaac Kalua Green, is now calling on the government to put a moratorium on the export of raw timber, saying it is contributing to environmental degradation and rapid deforestation. Now, according to Kalua, there is an unchecked and continued harvesting of trees, export deception of timber for medicine and perfumes, and an economic sabotage in export of raw timber at the expense of the country's laws. Now, Kalua further says that the government should recalibrate its efforts and focus them on conserving the environment and improving the country's forest cover, as it emerges that Kenya may be manipulating its forest cover numbers.
What are the actions that I foresee we can be able to do? One, there is an urgent need, I suggest, to impose a moratorium on raw timber exports until a thorough audit and a very clear and robust regulatory framework is established. There is no need for keeping to manipulate figures, manipulate forest covers, manipulate activities, engaging funding and activities in places where results are not clear. The consequences of inaction are so dire, not just for Kenya, but for the entire region of East and Central Africa and the whole world at large. For Kenya, failure to act will undoubtedly result in this continued environmental degradation effort is going to end up being an economic stagnation and disempowerment that will lead to destabilizing economy and possibility of escalated conflicts. We think that we are over with trouble, but try not to act in these areas and you'll be able to see how bad things can ever and can become.
Now on matters health within the coastal region in the country, over 177,000 residents in Kwale County are set to benefit from a range of medical services following the launch of a newly renovated maternal, neonatal and child health facility. Now, M-Pesa Foundation has invested 32.6 million Kenya shillings towards expanding the postnatal ward and the kangaroo room, creating dedicated areas for critically ill babies, such as neonatal intensive care unit and high-density unit, alongside separating nurseries from preterm and term babies. The newly upgraded newborn unit will increase bed capacity from 21 baby cots to 50 cots, increase daily deliveries, and enable the center to provide better services to many or rather more women.
Today we have a medical camp, again at Jomo Kenyatta Primary School in Kwale County. And M-Pesa Foundation throughout this year has done an average of 2 medical camps per month. The whole idea is that people who are in need of accessing health facilities, they can do that in our medical camps, because a lot of our people, for whatever reason, are not able to get quality health care in the proximity of their homes and so on.
Wakati tuna conduct medical camps, kuna manufaa mengi. Kwanza, kuna zile pengine wagonjwa wale ambao hawajapata nafasi katika facilities zetu. Leo ndio siku ambayo muna nafasi kubwa ya kuja kuchunguzwa na kisha kupitia M-Pesa Foundation tayari, kwa sababu we are partners. We have authorized the patients or the clients to visit any facility within Kwale County for continuum of care ili muendelee na matibabu.
Now on matters agriculture, tea farmers are set to receive their dividends payouts after the Kenya Tea Development Agency KTDA Holdings announced a dividend of over 1 billion Kenya shillings, the highest in the history of its operations. Now the dividends will be payable to farmers through their factories, which form the 54 corporate shareholders of KTDA Holdings Limited. Now, KTDA Group CEO Wilson Mudhaura says KTDA will continue to invest in new technologies and innovations to enhance operational efficiency On his side, KTDA National Chairman lauded continued government support, especially on fertilizer subsidy, which saw farmers this year save up to 900 Kenya shillings per bag of 50 kilograms. Now, this financial year also marked the highest amount of money paid to tea farmers under KTDA management, as they earned a whopping 89.21 Kenya shillings, or rather 89.21 billion Kenya shillings, compared to 68.22 billion in 2023.
Shareholders, we as management, we are also doing some strategic initiatives to ensure we turn around the business. One of them is product diversification. Of course, we are aware that we are getting into orthodox teas and other specialty teas. We also have sustainable agriculture. That is where we are encouraging our farmers to have cultivators to replace the monomer tea that are high yielding because of the climate change. We also are at an advanced stage, and in fact already we have implemented this, the electronic weighing solutions, EWS, you are aware about that. We have also done automated fleet management to ensure that we monitor our fuel consumption and to ensure that there is no pepperage of the same.
Been a very exemplary here in performance, because we've seen a tremendous increase in returns or in revenue, which has never been achieved before, and farmers were happy to receive the returns that they received in the month of October in terms of bonus and on monthly payment that they received from January this year, because there was an increase in monthly returns. And we can comfortably say that out of that good performance, the shareholders here have approved a payment of 1 billion being dividend to our farmers, and we are very happy for this. And even farmers, we believe, will be very happy, because such has never been achieved before. And this has come as a result of good returns and best quality, that we are also insisting that our farmers continue to improve their quality so that we continue achieving more.
Well, still on matters business, Kingdom Bank has boosted its service network to 23 branches following the opening of a new branch in Machakos town. The new outlet is the fourth branch that the bank has opened in 2024, following the launch of new branches within Gikomba, Kitale and Meru. The new Machakos branch is set to deliver tailored financial solutions to individuals and businesses, including traders, small-scale farmers and key sectors like tourism. Speaking during the launch, Kingdom Bank Managing Director Anthony Mburu noted that with a thriving economy and growing demand for accessible banking services, the move positions the bank to tap into one of Kenya's most promising regions for business and investment.
To be coming into Machakos County, a county of great opportunity. Great opportunity in the area of horticulture, in the area of tourism, in the area of trade. And we are looking forward to being able to serve the micro and small enterprises of Machakos County, so that we are able to give them an opportunity to do their collections, an opportunity to do their payments, an opportunity to access credit facilities that fit within their profile. These credit facilities are for farming, they are for trading, and they're for various other services. We are very happy to be here because of the great economy of the county, the great leadership of the county, and we are happy to be here to participate in the growth of the county. We thank you and we welcome you to come and partake of our services.
Kingdom Bank prides itself as a bank for the small and medium enterprises. With over 22 branches, Kingdom Bank is now well devolving across the country. We are glad that Kingdom Bank is now here in Machakos, where we pride as the place to invest. Machakos County is the ideal investment hub and destination in the country and the region, with a thriving SME sector. The strategic location of the county, with its proximity to key infrastructures, attracts more opportunities for SMEs to develop. Besides, its well-established industrial sector, the county has many business parks, and which provide spaces for SMEs involved in value addition and processing for domestic and export markets. The agricultural sector in the county is well developed. creating more opportunities for SMEs involved in agribusiness and agro-processing. Banking is very crucial to trade and development of any society. The days of barter trade are long gone, where you would go and exchange goods in the marketplace. Today, you need to have a foundation, and that foundation and the medium is really to help you transact, and that's where banks come in.
Now, KCB volleyball team has been named the 2024 Kipchumba Karori Eldoret International Volleyball Tournament champions. The ladies bagged the title after upsetting DCI Sleuths at 3-1 in a 4-set thrilling cup final to retain it for an incredible third consecutive year. The win saw KCB outwit volleyball powerhouses from Kenya and Uganda. Both KCB and DCI started the first set on high, dragging the scores to 27-25 in favor of KCB. The Bankers later bagged the second set with a 25-16 margin before DCI grabbing the third set with scores standing at 18-25 in favor of the Sleuths. Now KCB made a comeback in the fourth set, winning a 25-28 margin to emerge as the winners of the tournament.
It has been tough since yesterday. We managed to play 4 teams in the pool. Today we qualified as top team in the pool, and we met Kenya Pipeline in the semi-finals. We have played very well against Kenya Pipeline. Remember, they beat us 3-2 at Nyayo. We have beaten them 3-0. That's a good start. So the girls have played very well according to our instructions, and we are hopeful that tomorrow we meet Prisons. Maybe I know things will be different, not like what we played them at Nyayo Stadium.
We are grateful to God for the wins He gave unto us since yesterday in our pool matches. We managed to win all our matches, and we've played semi-finals against Pipeline. They are a good team. Recently they won against us, but today we are grateful that we have been able to revenge, and that sweet revenge, that is it. So we've qualified for the finals. We thank God for that. We thank God for that win, being the defending champions for this tournament. We look forward to playing the finals and also winning and defending our title.
Congratulations to the Bankers for the new title right there. Well, that marks the end of our bulletin tonight. Many thanks for choosing Newswatch right here at Hope TV. My name is Sammy Adika, and our sign language interpreter has been Boniface Mureithi. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.